Good afternoon, everybody. Thanks so very much for joining us here at PACAC with the Keystone Virtual College Exploration. This session is on Plymouth State University, and I'm excited to introduce Ryan Battaglia to you. He's going to give us a presentation on the university. The attendees are all going to be muted and videos will be off. But if you do have questions, please use the question and answer feature, not the chat box, but the Q&A feature. And the session will be about 45 minutes, and I am sure you're going to enjoy it. Ryan, it's all yours. Thanks very much.
Awesome. Thank you, Ann.
Take care.
Hi, everyone. My name is Ryan Battaglia. I am admissions counselor for Pennsylvania, amongst many other states in the U.S. But I am going to start off by saying I am a alumni of Plymouth State, graduated in 2018. So I do know quite a lot about the school and here and then. So if you want to know about my experience, please reach out. But we are going to start with a quick video, a little pump out video per se, just so you can get a feel of what Plymouth State is like at its full. So here we go.
Plymouth State was definitely the best fit for me.
I have met the most amazing people. I've been given an extensive amount of opportunities that I'm so grateful for.
Every day I look forward to spending time with my friends because they're basically considered family at this point.
I have so many great memories at Plymouth State.
I love the laughs and the camaraderie from this past basketball season.
The campus is the perfect size and it's so easy to get around.
I'll never forget the first time I floated the Pemi with my friends.
Every day here, there are more opportunities to learn and grow.
Plymouth State made me feel at home from the first visit.
I love Plymouth State because I feel like I belong here.
I feel home when I'm here.
All right, so you got a quick pump up video for you. I hope you liked it. But you saw some things there: spring fling, skiing, snowboarding, all the outdoor activities going on campus. And we can talk a little bit more about that. So right off the bat, we'll talk about where are we? So
My name is Stephen Hill. I'm a senior biochemistry major here at Plymouth State. I'm also from Manchester, New Hampshire.
this real quick. we're in central New Hampshire. So from Pennsylvania, I would say a little over 6 hours. We're right off a major highway that cuts through New Hampshire called 93, 2 hours from Boston, 5.5 from New York City. But in the general area of Plymouth, you got here the picture, which is the center of campus. You'll have a downtown area, which there are a bunch of different restaurants, shops, cute little boutique stores. And then also in the general area, you'll have a Walmart, a couple grocery food options. And so the necessities are there. You get Rite Aid, CVS, and it's all right there in the middle of campus. But you still got the nice mountain feel where you are kind of aside from, the congested areas, and it's more of a rural area. So you get that nice feeling. And then the campus in itself is a very compact, 1 mile radius per se. But like I was saying, Boston is 2 hours. There's a shuttle service that can take you from Boston down to and then up into New Hampshire. So back and forth, called Concord Coach Lines. That's going to be about a 2-hour ride. It drops you off at Salt Station, which is a major subway station in the Boston area. And then if you want, on spring break, students get to go up to Montreal. It's a 4-hour ride north. And if you want to study abroad, Sydney, Australia is a day away. So just some numbers and statistics to kind of paint a picture about Plymouth. Our undergraduate student body size is going to be 4,000 students. It's a small to medium sized field. It's not like a typical high school where you have like 2,000, but maybe double that. So the way I like to describe it is through one person, you'll probably meet 3 or 4 friends through that person. So it's a very connected campus, but still big enough to feel, you're not in high school still. Then in the classroom, student to faculty ratio is 18:1. So classes are very participation based. The professors, they'll know you on a first name basis. And then by the time you're a senior, a lot of those professors will be friends to you. And like myself, I still keep in touch with a couple of professors I had in my senior year. So furthermore, 96% of our students, so 96% of those 4,000 live within a mile of campus. So it is, it's not a suitcase school where kids are going home on the weekend. They're staying on campus. It's a lively weekend here at PSU, whether it's, downtown restaurants or maybe, a social gathering over at your friend's house. So we do recruit internationally as well, and there are a ton of clubs and orgs. So touching on the clubs and organizations here, I'll highlight this picture that is called Rail Jam. Rail Jam is run by our free ski team, and students will fully run that. They'll set up the event. They'll, shape the snow. They'll market it on campus. They'll do the event planning. Anything that goes into this full event, the students run. So great thing to put on your resume, saying that you're part of that club or organization. But then also having that actual experience setting up and doing the club, the event is quite awesome. But even within majors, business has a lot of clubs and organizations within the major for students to join outside of the classroom. For example, MAPS is one, which is marketing at Plymouth State. There's a Enactus, which is an entrepreneur club. And then for nursing, right here, you see Student Nursing Association, American Meteorological Club. So there's a lot going on, and we want to give you the opportunity for extracurriculars and to further yourself within your major or studies. One of my favorites, and I listen to it when I'm driving around campus, is 91.7 WPCR. So the communication majors, what they'll do is they'll come on, they'll host like a sports talk. Maybe we'll talk and do some like disc jockeying. They're funny. I'm definitely laughing all the time when they come on and do some of that kind of the DJing. So here on campus, what are you going to study if you come to Plymouth State? Our top most popular majors by student body size are going to be business, criminal justice, and education. we used to be called Plymouth Teachers College, so teaching teachers. And that was way back, Robert Frost used to teach here during that time, but those are the most popular. Some interesting majors are going to be meteorology, music and theater, which is a audition-based program. So you have to audition to get into the school, and then interdisciplinary studies. So that's kind of build your own major. You can take the classes that are offered across different majors and build your own study, in a sense. So environmental science and policy, and then outdoor education are going to be huge kind of opportunity here up in Plymouth, just because we have a national forest just north of us. And it's totally okay to go undeclared. If you want to go undeclared, that's fine. You don't need to declare a major until sophomore year. We're a self-proclaimed liberal arts state college, so you have the opportunity to take a lot of different topics before even having to declare your major and getting into those classes. So here's a list of desired skills that employers are looking for after college. Some of these might be obvious, but just to go through a few, you want to come out of college with a global thinking perspective. You want to have initiative in the workplace. You want to be able to communicate effectively to your manager, to your teammates, having good teamwork, and kind of being a leader in your own right. So just to name a few, and to highlight what employers are looking for, is the reason why Plymouth State is focusing on a new program called integrated clusters. So when you go to sign up for classes, you're going to have the opportunity to pick a clusters class. But when you come to Plymouth State, the way it starts out is through a class called Tackling a Wicked Problem. So this class is going to be kind of the gear turner. It's going to open up your mind, and it'll look at topics like mental health, terrorism, things that don't have a definitive answer. From one country to another, it's different. So things that aren't able to be defined very easily. One example I like to use is, Clorox, things that are house cleaning chemicals, are safe here in the US until proven otherwise. In the UK and Europe, those house cleaning products are actually dangerous until proven otherwise. So, which government body is right, which one is wrong, who knows? It's, these big entities, and kind of having that bigger mindset on looking at different situations. So once you start getting those gears turned, then you'll go into the cluster projects. So what are the cluster projects? These are going to be cross-major projects that work with outside entities. So I'll use an example. In northern New Hampshire, the small businesses have tried to help with tourism and tourism management with the French Canadian population. So small businesses have worked with the Plymouth State students to, graphic design, branding, help translate some of those branding and marketing products with the French majors here at Plymouth State. So you can see how those kind of cross together, and how those interfere. But these are the Venn diagram on the left show all the different topic matters. After the cluster projects, you'll have the ability to theme your gen ed courses. And then finally, an integrated capstone will test you on all of your experience within your major. And again, just to highlight, the reason why we're doing these cluster projects and giving students this opportunity is so they can get the upper hand when they are interviewing or going into grad school, so that they have real world experience before even going into their next job. As a student coming into Plymouth State, your success is our #1 priority. We have some tools to help you get there. If you come in as a freshman, you have a first year advisor, which will help you through your first year. They're going to be helping you with scheduling classes. They're going to help you with, I got to pay this bill, I don't know how to do it. So anything that you need help with, whether it's like getting a better study habit, better, time management skills, you'll be able to text them, you'll be able to email them, you'll be able to phone call them. They're right at your disposal. Once you're moving forward through school, we do offer career development. So if you want to get an internship, if you are looking for a job after college, This is available for alumni as well. If you want to study abroad, we have a full global education office. Accessibility services are available for students with 504 or IEP plans. And then TRIO and tutoring. TRIO is for underprivileged students. And then tutoring here at Plymouth State is free. And the way that works is a student who has taken the class you are looking to get tutored in has received an A and had the same professor. So they help you with the project, homework, whatever it might be. On campus, we offer housing for all 4 years. As a freshman, there are 6 different options for residence halls. Mary Line on the right is kind of our most picturesque New England boarding style kind of feel. And the way it works is freshman year, you'll live in a dorm. Maybe sophomore year, you'll go into one of our suite dorms. Junior year, you'll go maybe into our student apartments. And then senior year, we allow students to move off campus. And within a mile, there are a bunch of different houses, leasing companies that own property around campus. So if you're an athlete, you can live with your sports team. If you are in a club, maybe you guys can get a house together. So just to paint a picture there. Now, all of our sports are NCAA Division III. We do have skiing as well, alpine racing. That does compete at the Division I level, but it is still a Division III school. So you're still considered a Division III athlete at Division I level. So we have football, basketball, baseball, softball. We now have gotten a men's swimming team. We have women's swimming, a brand new track facility. So we have indoor and outdoor track now. We are now building a brand new turf field. Hugely important here in the Northeast with all the snow and the cold. So yeah, things are definitely going for the good here at Plymouth in terms of sports. Some club sports to name: there's a golf club, there's men and women's rugby, and then there are a ton of intramural sports. You have one called bubble soccer, where you have those big clear balls and you bounce off of the people you're playing, and you're playing soccer while you're having some fun and bouncing all over the place. But I think our biggest pull here at Plymouth State is our outdoor activities and our outdoor sports. So there are about 4 mountains local to Plymouth, about 30 minutes away. And we do have a deal with one of our ski mountains where tickets are only $5 for students for a day pass. So a great opportunity to take advantage of the ski resorts, whether you're learning or just continuing to keep skiing or snowboarding. We have SOAR, which is a club or organization that takes students on student-led trips. It might be snowshoeing, might be rock climbing, might be hiking. So, being just south of a national forest, we have a great opportunity for the outdoors. Like I was saying, there are some new things on campus. One of those being a turf field that's under construction right now. For students like athletic training and exercise physiology, they will be using our new strength and conditioning lab. It's the largest in the state of New Hampshire. And we did just finish building an indoor rock climbing wall. So good things happening here at Plymouth State. Now down to the nitty gritty. As a student, we are, when you start to apply to schools, we are available on the Common App. I will give you my contact information afterwards for a fee waiver, but typically the Common App requires a $50 fee, and there's a specific essay prompt. If you choose to apply to Plymouth through our website, there is no fee, and the essay is open. You can write about whatever you want. And when you do apply, what do we need from you as a student? We need an official transcript, which are grades from freshman year all the way up until when you apply, and one letter of recommendation. So this letter of recommendation is going to be from a teacher or guidance counselor. We call this an academic resource. So unfortunately, a gym teacher or a coach is not going to work. but make sure it's, like I said, guidance counselor or teacher for that recommendation. Once we have those transcripts, the essay, and then the recommendation, then we can make a decision on your application. And then we don't require, any sort of standardized testing scores. Right now, nursing is bypassing that for students coming in next year. So do not stress if you have not taken the SATs. Once we receive your application and your transcripts, what are we looking at? As an individual, my biggest thing as a Pennsylvania admissions counselor, I want to see that my students are actively engaged outside of the classroom. So whether you're working at an ice cream shop in the summer, if you are babysitting a sibling after school in the fall, whatever it is that takes up your time outside of school, put that on there. Sports, clubs, organizations, helping out, doing volunteer services, any of that, put that on there. That's huge. For me, that shows that you're mature and that you're looking to be successful outside of school as well. In terms of your classes, we want to see English all 4 years, history, social studies all 4 years, algebra 1, algebra 2, geometry, and then your science classes, 2 years of a foreign language. In terms of your grades, we want to see that you had a consistent grade trend from freshman year all the way to senior year, or they went up from freshman year to senior year. And then the average GPA typically for our incoming class, freshman class in high school is a 3.0, 3.01. Some deadlines to point out, and I think this is very important for whatever college you go to. FAFSA is going to be the most important thing for you to complete after applying to your colleges. So FAFSA, free application for student aid. That's the government and how much money they're going to assist in your college education. March 1st is the deadline for that. That's the priority deadline. So if you do not finish before March 1st, that's okay, but you might not receive as much funding from the government as possible. So make sure you get that done. You're staying up to date with your emails because colleges will request certain documents every couple of weeks or so. Now, if you choose to apply to Plymouth State, we will need your application for April 1st. We are rolling admissions, so there's no real deadline. There's no early action. There's no early decision. Now, to hold your spot at Plymouth State, we will need your deposit before March 1st. And if you're totally into Plymouth and you want to come here and you want the best dorm option, then you can deposit before March 31st, and you'll be able to get one of the top two of your choice. So cost and scholarship of tuition as an out-of-state student, if you're coming from Pennsylvania, we're looking around $36,000. This is before financial aid. This is before merit scholarship, and this takes into everything account. So travel expenses, the best dorm, the best meal plan, anything that has to do with supplies for your dorm or classes. So everything is taken into account for that. And then 95% of our students do receive financial assistance. I did mention about the merit scholarships. So if, Tommy, Timmy, Sarah, whoever it is, applies for the Plymouth, they come in with a 3.24 GPA out of 4.0. They are qualified for $7,500 of scholarship money per year. So this number is divided into each bill, which is due for each semester. So there's two. And with the benefits of being a rolling admissions school, if you are at a 3.24 and after first semester you'll be able to get up to a 3.25, I advise you to wait to apply. You can get a whole other $1,000 of scholarships, scholarship money. So keep that in mind, especially for nursing too. Nursing has requirements for the GPA. So if you're waiting and you think you can get to that GPA requirement after first semester, then you can apply. So keep that in mind. This is for transfer students. Some quick accolades for Plymouth State. We are the #1 school nationwide for critical thinking improvement, which has been stated for the Wall Street Journal. And we do have a 99% placement rate for students within a year of graduation. And that's either going into a job in your intended field or going to grad school. And we do love our fellow Panthers. So to highlight a few, Megan Lang graduated a year before myself. She now lives down in Florida and she works for a strategic consulting company called Gartner. She was able to land her job here at Plymouth State before even finishing junior year. She was in our sales program, which does a great job of connecting students with corporate companies. They host competitions actually with these corporate companies, and they compete against each other and try to sell the business their product. Victor Laposte, he is a student from Manchester, New Hampshire, and he now works down there as a nurse. Megan Wheeler, another student living down in Florida, as a salesperson. Dave Feely, class of '04, is the director of strength and conditioning for the UMiami football team. Kerry Collins, director of community relations at the Bruins. So our alumni definitely like to hear from us, and they love helping us out as well. But here are some contacts and resources for you. So I'll leave this up for a second, but after this, I'll put up my contacts and then we'll see if there are any questions, and I'm glad to answer any of those. And then these are my contact details if anyone is interested. And that is all for me today.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Ryan. That was really interesting. I loved hearing about it. I still like the pumpkin story the best on your background there. Up at the very top, for those folks who are looking, you can see at the very, very top of the tower there, someone has climbed up and put 2 pumpkins on the top. Some good pranks up there.
Good tradition.
But I thank you very much, folks who have been watching. Please feel free to reach out to Ryan if you do have any questions. I just looked in the Q&A. There doesn't seem to be any more. So that means you've covered absolutely everything.
Nice.
For attendees, this presentation is going to be available at the same place where you registered for it, www.pacac.virtual or .org/virtual, my apologies. When I close the session, there will be a 4-question survey for attendees. And if you would fill that out, that would be fantastic. Very helpful. If you do have questions after this closes and you have questions for Ryan, feel free to email him. And Ryan, thank you so very, very much. Enjoy, stay safe, stay healthy. And I hope the year is a good one for you. I'm sure the colors are already turning up there.
Yes, they look good right now. Very, very bright.
All right. Well, that's great. All right, everybody, have a wonderful weekend. Thanks for joining us again. Take care. Bye-bye.
Take care, Ann.